Good morning, guys. Addie G in the house. I want to do a reading this morning on how the collective, because from what I've sat back and watched, I'm assuming the collective is simply just all of the tarot readers. So we're going to say the collective. We'll do a reading on how the collective could have went down in history as being the people that got together and exposed what South Carolina has done. Because, you know, how people were hacked and targeted, instead of using that for a bad thing, could have been used for a good thing. You know, because people have, the media and certain people in the past have tried to prove what these people were doing, you know. But I do find it very sickening that children are abused, children are exploited, children are, you know, some children have passed away in CPS custody. So, anyhow, guys, like I said, you know, collective could have gone down in history. They could have got together. They could have exposed this and brought about a change. They could have brought, I mean, that would have been an awesome thing, you know, to bring change to a state that recognizes what's happening and makes some changes for it to be better for everyone involved, you know, these families involved. So, and like I said, I want to come back and do some readings as well on all of the dreams that I've had. I'm still just, you know, totally disgusted by all of it. I don't know. It's just, I think some days I'm still shocked by how I was targeted. I'm still shocked by how that cross appeared and people took that for granted. They took it as though it meant nothing. And, you know, this isn't something I did to myself. I've shown the pictures of the blister and what was underneath it when I pulled that skin off, you know. And I know, and I don't even expect it to mean anything to anyone else other than, you know, people that say they're divine, Christian, whatever. I know it meant a lot to me. And it definitely did cause me to have an inner war, inner conflict, trying to understand basically, you know, what my mission was, why this would have happened to me, you know. Now I know that I put in a lot of time caring for and doing a lot for others just out of the kindness of my heart. So that's the only thing I can figure. And when I say a lot of time, you know, I'm talking about a lifetime. And I find it really sad and shocking. I've always despised how you can do things to help people, and then as soon as they don't get their way, they turn around and put that 10 of swords in your back, you know. And a good example of that is my little foster babies. I tried to help that mother. And,
Hi.
Yeah, Livy's sitting here with me. I tried to help that mother, and in return, you know, stole an iPhone, sold it to the drug addicts, and just many numerous other things. So, and I'll never understand that, because anybody that's ever done something for me like that, you know, the last thing I ever did was turn around and put the 10 of swords in their back. Now, I have showed my butt over seeking truth, and I will continue to do just that, you know. I assure you I can pass a psychological evaluation any day of the week. It's really sickening how all of this went down. So anyhow, guys, that's what I want to do a read on. CPS, South Carolina. You know, they've hid a lot of corruption, and I think what sickens me the most is at what point, you know, I understand the law, I understand who it protects, but at what point does the law stand up and be the law, you know? Especially when you know what's going on in this household. And I do feel anyone that calls themselves divine in nature and doesn't protect children, you're just a bald-faced damn liar, you know? Because if you truly are divine, if you truly are of God, if you have a good heart, good soul, whatever, then that would have been your first and foremost thought, was not protecting the mother or the father, the children. So, and that's why I have a problem. Can I scream it any louder? Innocence, baby. Innocence. Nature. Innocence. Let's go ahead and get one more. The little babies. All right. And yeah, I think it just sickened me to see that instead of helping these children, everything was exploited. You know, the fact that, you know, I've seen people donate for ridiculous crap. And when we're talking, because I'm here to tell you guys, Had the man still not been in that home where he still sits, there's a toddler that would already been deceased. And people fail to realize that as well. Purity. You could have fought for innocence, purity, and there's not a doubt in my mind if he's removed from the home, that's still a possibility. So it is what it is, guys. Sometimes this gift is a little more than a gift, especially when you can see what's coming. I spoke on something the other day about if people knew what was coming, they'd be getting ready. And, I've never seen so many people try to twist. There's no doubt, everything is still being watched because, and it's taking out of context, whatever. Because, and I'll give you an example. Like, I love looking at old mansions, old houses, stuff like that. I like walking through cemeteries. The past is a bridge to when it comes to the present. If you think about how we learn lessons, how can you not see that? Past, present, future. So anyhow, excuse me. People that are watching apparently see what I scroll through and everything. We all already know I've been hacked, so you can keep your BS to yourself on that. But my point is, and then they automatically assume they know what that's about. Does that mean I'm jealous and wishing I had a mansion? Hell no. I don't want the light bill. Only a dummy would. Plus, come on, guys. When y'all look at some of these extravagant mansions, don't you think that's a little much? When it comes to what we truly need in life. All right, so anyhow, I've had a lot of people try to twist who I am. And, I'm just so fed up with it. Not to mention, I no longer truly care what a damn soul has to say. All right? So anyhow, I'm Adarine. I'm always going to be Adarine. I'm going to stand up for what I do feel, think, And not that I expect any less of anyone else, but to target someone that is fighting a battle for innocence and purity, you're sick. You're really sick. All right, guys. So we have Temperance, King of Swords, Page of Swords. So I'm going to tell you right now what I see. There was a King of Swords that delayed this. Could have been an authority figure. Could have been Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We know that this Temperance card, this is someone alchemizing, finding balance. But this is also teamwork. So we had someone that did something. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Ace of Swords. Had to do with someone's beginning. Someone riding the wave. Especially when we speak of narcissist. Narcissists will always, try to portray you in a different light. Narcissistic people truly, truly worry about their image. That image means more to them than anything. So we have, be it authority, be it Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, someone has sat back and watched and worked with others. This could have had something to do with trying to prove or not prove whatever someone's innocence and purity, right? But what I'm speaking on is the children. The children in this state that have been exploited. And I'm not just talking about my grandchildren. I'm speaking on the state in general. This goes back many, many years. And I'm kind of repulsed that a lot of people failed the test. A lot of people failed the test. You were put in a position. You could have went down in history. You could have exposed the corruption in that state. But instead, you chose to target someone else. All right. Lord, I ask that you bring down your divine light. Let it flow through me as I speak truth and nothing but truth. I ask that you let no weapon formed against me prosper. No weapon formed against these children prosper. Because eventually one of them's going to lose their life. All right, we have conflict. Somebody stirred up a whole lot of conflict and sat back and watched it go down. There's a lot of evil in this world that tries to portray itself as divine, as Christians, as good people. No, I'm not just talking about the tarot readers. I'm talking about all over the world. All right, but what I do know is this. Had the collective been so divine, they would have exposed it. They would have exposed what this state has done to these children. Come on, guys. Go research it. Look at all of the children that have gone through pure hell. Babies are dying in this state. And nobody seems to care. The children are the future. It's not okay. We're not some... I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. All right. Moving on. All right, so we have someone that teamed up with an authority member with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They sat back and watched, stirred a lot of conflict. This right here, this page is Messenger. And that's possibly a Gemini that stirred a bunch of BS. Caused a lot of conflict. Death. Could have possibly almost brought someone to death. Burden. Put a lot of burdens on someone. Possibly over an offer they did not want them to receive. Look at that. All right, guys, as I was flipping, that Ace of Swords is the only card. Oh, look at that one. In the deck that's reversed, it was in reverse. So, there's a lot of, and I want to pull this one out. Queen of Wands. There is a lot of folks that got involved, and with this Ace of Swords, this new beginning, this authority, whatever, this person possibly has no more authority to do what they were doing. All right, so, again, I want to speak on the innocence and the purity of children. You know, if anybody, how can I say this? A lot of you guys know what I'm fixing to say here. You can tell by what a child speaks, what they're being exposed to. You know, like when little children say, say the mother and father, whatever, the mother or the father, and they're standing there in a group of people. And when you start hearing adult things come out of children's mouths, and I'm talking about small children, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. When you start hearing that, you know what's going on. These children have spoke this, but no one paid attention. I think it's sick and disgusting. It's very demonic when people group together to try to target someone else. And again, let me say, folks came for me before I ever came for them. But if you think I'm not going to stand my ground, you are wrong. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'll meet you at the gates of hell. That's how far I'll stand my ground. So you don't have to like me. I'm not saying, it's called the 1%, baby. The 1% is real. A lot of people try to say, a lot of people have tried to call me two-faced. No, ma'am. There is nothing I've ever said behind anybody's back I will not say to their face. Because if that's how I feel, that's how I feel, and that's what I stand on. All right. Death. So let's keep moving here. And I'm just going to keep doing my readings, There it is again. Upright, baby. So we had someone team up together. Had to do with a new beginning or a victory. So, again, I am speaking on Carolina CPS. And let me make sure I state that is South Carolina CPS. How corrupt, crooked, and vile they are. When they're more worried about, especially some of the head folks in that area, they're more worried about keeping it under the carpet, keeping it quiet, simply because they don't want to be exposed. When what they should have done was the right thing in the first damn place, because what they caused was some people to be hurt. A lot of people just assume, instead of actually doing the work, they caused a lot of grief. They caused a lot of anguish. But I bet you they didn't expect Trump to sign that reform in 2020. But what I'm seeing is they are also not going by that reform, because the reform was signed to keep children in the family homes, kind of like rehabilitation within the family. But when you've had many years to accomplish that rehabilitation and you didn't do it, at that point, it needs to be stripped, because you are still causing harm. You are still injuring children, mentally, physically. and it needs to be brought to justice. So somebody sit back and watched, gave them some happiness. This is really sick. Someone in authority caused someone a lot of injury. Sit back and watched it for their own happiness. All they caused, instead of doing what was right, doing what was healthy for these children, this is what they caused. A lot of fighting, conflict, gossip, a lot of BS. Justice is coming. All right. What do we have on that 5 of Swords? I'm sorry, 5 of Wands. Yeah, see? All of that was done to leave someone out in the cold. It takes some really sick individuals to try to leave someone out in the cold, especially when it's the person fighting for justice. Does that mean I'm perfect? Nope. Does that mean I don't have a past? Nope. But I can guarantee you I've never, ever done a child in this manner. I can do some fussing, no doubt. You know, one thing that's the hardest, even for people that say, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's not coming to mind. Embrace. Embrace the changes. Even for people that say that, they're blowing smoke up your patootie, baby. Because we all, no matter what the changes bring about, we all have to deal with it, be it trauma of it, be it damage of it, be it improving, be it developing as a person. You still have to deal with it. So for somebody to sit back in their ego and say that they embrace change or lying to you in your face. Even when we see these changes, you know, yeah, we can say, okay, I see this is happening. This is how I need to deal with this. That does not mean that it is not going to bring you through something toxic, something manipulative, something emotional, you know, as you proceed forward. So, you know, go blow that smoke somewhere else. All right, so what else do we have? On the people that teamed up, that had to do with a new beginning, Empress in reverse. So we had some folks that teamed up to make sure an Empress went in reverse. And the thing about me is, the thing that really makes it disgusting for me is people think they're not going to get divine punishment over this. That's where you really, you're conning yourself. I've paid my debts to society, baby. And last I heard, you know, we even have somebody trying to target a handicapped man now. A man that I knew before he was ever handicapped. You sick. You're really sick people. Public will one day see that. They'll see that. All right, so. Oh, hold on. But again, I no longer care about anyone's opinion. My goal is to make sure these children are protected. And this man that simply out of innocence and purity is trying to fight for these children, you know. And it's really sad. It's really a disgusting, sick case. All right, so we have someone. We have a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that possibly worked with law officials or stood in their own power to stop an Empress's new beginning. They didn't care if they hurt that person. They sat back and they watched this person hurt. And I'm talking about manipulated, traumatized, trying to survive a battle. And as they sat back and watched, boy, they laughed and loved it. And, you know, this could even be some of them old fake Bible thumpers. You know, and they wonder why God didn't choose them. Well, if you being fake, sitting on a church pew, causing people misery in their life, that might be why. All right, so moving on. But again, like I said, we are talking about Carolina CPS. It will eventually go public. So I'm making a damn point myself to make sure it does. King of Wands. So this person that sat back and watched, trying to stand in their power and be dominant, this is the kind of person that hides behind a mask. So they sat back and watched. It made them happy to sit back and watch the person they tried to dominate, which would be this Empress in reverse. This could have been an official in Carolina. And baby, if you think your day's not coming, you're wrong. Devil, Capricorn. They did all of this to cause conflict and leave a Capricorn in the cold. This looks like a public official that possibly did this. And let me show you here these three that fell out. The Queen of Pentacles, nostalgic over the past. And this doesn't always have to be. You see how he's handing her those flowers? This doesn't always have to be. People think this is about a lover. This could be children. This could be nostalgic over children. Blind choice that was made. Somebody didn't see something. They took action to stop someone, put them in reverse. But that person's still coming. That person's still coming. All right, so let's go another round here. It's really sick when people will, like I say, especially if this was a public official. You know, when you're more worried about your image than you are correcting a mistake that was made. Because a person with honor and integrity, they're not going to stand in their ego. And let me tell y'all something I read the other day. It was on a spiritual group, and they were talking about ego. The collective keeps stating, oh, you know, if people have ego, oh, they have to lose the ego. Oh, they'll never get ahead. Oh, this person's walking their path out of ego. So this group, guys, has millions of subscribers. Millions of them. And every one of them spoke on that with their growth and development of spirituality, they stood more prominently in their ego. So what I'm seeing is a lot of conflicting opinions. All right, so we have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, energy only. But we have someone coming in with an offer, and it has to do with that Three of Pentacles, some type of contract. But we also know the Three of Pentacles, I come to learn lately, it has to do with an Empress birthing something. You know, some of there's three coins. The other two coins do mean something else. But it does refer to the Empress, you know, recharged, rejuvenated, fresh perspective, and birthing something. So that's what this was about. You can see right here, someone teamed up. This could have been someone in authority to make sure an Empress was in reverse and could not bring an offer possibly to a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for that contract and birth that new beginning. So there's a lot of corruption that has gone on in this state, right down to CPS workers lying. And personally, I caught them in those lies. And what's sad is when you as a human stand in a position to have authority over children and you fucking lie. You lie. You lied to the judicial system. You manipulated the judicial system. All for your own self-gain benefit, but mostly image and ego. So, baby, if you don't think God's not going to strike you right in the ass with a bolt of lightning for what you've done, how you've caused children harm, all because your pride would not let you correct it, your ego would not let you correct it, it's coming. Your punishment is coming. And I do think that cross is an emblem of that. Like I said when I did that C5 reading, it's all coming. It's not going to be hid. It is going to come out. On how these CPS workers lied and what they did. Personally, I bought, I believe that was in 2019. I purchased 5 beds, 5 sets of bedding, pillows, sheets, blankets, comforters. I purchased all of that and had it sent straight from Amazon so these children would no longer be sleeping on the floor. When a CPS worker walks in, approves that, and walks out, you need to have your job stripped from you. Especially in an old house, we all know wood floors are cold floors. I will not stop. I will not give up until there's a victory over CPS, over what they did. So anyhow, as we see here, this authority figure didn't care who they wounded. They could have worked with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio to get a victory over something that happened in the past. So you can try to twist it, turn it, however you want to say who I am. Baby, the part you're missing is if God didn't care who I was and chose me, why should you? Because you're more concerned with ego and pride. You're more concerned with trying to prove who I am or who I'm not. Let me tell you who I am. I'm a person that's done a lot for a lot of people. I'm a person that's helped a lot of children as well. And I'm not going to keep sitting and speaking on that. Like I said, I'm just going to keep doing my readings. Death. Look at that. Someone sit back. There is someone sitting back watching. It brings them joy. They did try to. This is a fake person. This is probably a politician or a public official, you know, that tries to stand in who they are. But baby, I assure you, behind the scenes, they're fake as hell. Death. They wanted someone. Literally, it would have brought them happiness to see this person leave this world so they wouldn't get exposed. You are going to be exposed anyhow. There's nothing you can publicly say or do that's going to stop that. People are going to see who you are and what you did. Yeah, see? They wanted to cause conflict. Leave a Capricorn in the cold. And you see how this Four of Swords is in reverse? This is past collapse stage. This is crash underway. Overthinking. They didn't want that person to see what was... They didn't want that person to see truth. They didn't want that person to see what was going on. They didn't want that person to see the conflict they caused. They didn't want that person to see how they tried to put a stop to this person being seen, heard, or coming forward. Carolina, you corrupt as hell, baby. You are corrupt as hell. And you can say whatever you want to say. You can slander me all you want to slander over the fact that I'm a tarot reader. I do feel I was led to this. There are others out there that stand in truth that were led to this as well. And, you know, had it not been for the corrupt ones, people would have band together and they would have brought your political ass to justice for your corruption. All right. For the corruption and the things you were doing to innocent, pure souls, children. It's going to come about. You see, the thing is, they've shut it all down. They felt like they paid off the last of the cases around 2019. They wanted to sweep this case under the carpet. They didn't care who got heartache, who was they put in misery, deceit, loss. They didn't care. And, of course, what politician does? Because most of them spew fake words, right? What political person in high positions actually care? Not many. Not many. It's all about the coins, baby. Judgment. Again, as we've seen, someone teamed up. Could have been with authorities to make sure an Empress was in reverse. They wanted no offers coming to this person. They didn't want this person bringing an offer to anyone. And here we have the contract. Matter of fact, it also looks like this was something they did, some type of contract they did to make sure that Empress was in reverse. This is a political figure, possibly someone higher up. Yeah, see, judgment. You do not have that right. You do not hold that right. Whoever you are, politically, you don't hold that right. And I think the divine's going to prove that to you. Because justice will come. Look at her. It looks like Superwoman. Justice will come. So whoever this authority figure was that caused this person a lot of hurt and heartache, worked with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, had to do with something from the past and making sure they had a victory. Tables are turning. That person is going to get justice. Let's see. And then we had the Six of Wands in reverse. And it's going to bring someone else a loss. This person's going to get justice. That victory somebody thought they had, they're going to lose it. And there it is right there. See? It's going to put someone else's victory in reverse. All right, moving on. So then we had the person that sat back and watched. Were happy, knowing they dominated something. Brought death to something, or so they thought. They took a leap of faith. This had to do with somebody's ships coming in. They tried to put death to somebody's ships coming in. Famous words of Maji got the teeth. God hired me, who's going to fire me? So you messed up. You mucked up, buddy. Whoever this was, whoever that tried to stand in this person's way when they sought justice, you messed up. Because, baby, you called down God. You called down God because you tried to hide your corruption. You tried to put the 10 of swords in somebody. You did it with a Queen of Wands. Sagittarius, Leo, and what's the other one, guys? Oh, crap. Huh? I'm trying to think of that third sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah. And you did it to try to stop a Capricorn. You caused a lot of conflict and fight. You tried to leave a Capricorn out in the cold. You wanted to make sure any idea they came up with, anything they tried to do, was put in reverse, and they were never heard. You put the 10 of swords in them, and you did it with an Aries, Leo, Sag. You almost caused someone's death. This is sick. This is really sick. But yet you called yourself good people. And you did it in secret. This person thought that this would never be exposed, what they did. What they did, though, was, you know, how can you stand in political correctness when everything you did harmed children? How can you even say you're a good person? I can tell you how. You're spinning stories. The magician. You tried to spin it and twist it like somebody was crazy, like, you know, someone didn't deserve what they had, when the whole time you were causing deceit in the community. You were hiding behind a mask. You did a lot of underhanded crap to cause some deception. You wanted to make damn sure someone didn't give facts. This was done in secret. So, Carolina CPS, I'm calling you out, baby. You did something in secret to try to hide your corruption and try to put a stop to someone speaking on that corruption, and you did it in devil energy. Knight of Wands. You took some type of action. You had no honor. Now you're doing some soul searching over what you did. You didn't have courage. You drawed biased conclusions. But there's somebody coming in that's not afraid to take action. So, like I say, this is corrupt officials within the CPS and the law system. They did something in secret to make sure this person was never heard over how it affected the innocence and purity of children. You wanted to cover it up. You wanted to make sure this person was never heard, and what you did in secret was never seen. It is going to come to light. You manifested this. You tried to stop someone, and you did it in devil energy because you didn't want people to see what truly happened. Knight of Wands is action. Someone's now doing some soul searching over what they did. They didn't take... you never discovered truth without others' opinions. You didn't want to know the truth. You didn't seek the truth. You tried to sweep it under the carpet. All right, guys. So let's see what's coming. What's coming for these political officials, CPS workers, everybody that stood in the way and that helped promote this destruction and corruption. There's Queen Swords coming, baby. There's Queen Swords coming. Look at that. Look at that. That's a win, baby. You tried to manipulate things and think it would never come out. But this person will battle. Meet you at the gates of hell. Queen Swords. This is not the kind of person that's going to give up unless you do flatline. They are going to speak it out to the world on the corruption that's being done. They're going to speak out about what was done in secret. How you tried to manipulate and hide the abuse. How you tried to manipulate and cover up what was done in the past. There it is right there. Nostalgia. There's the action right there. The action that you took that covered up some horrific shit that was done. And you're still covering it up because you're still protecting the criminal, the drug addict. You're still protecting that person. Let me ask you something. You see, you won't even arrest them. What you going to do when more children flatline, when more children are deceased? You may need to fall to your knees and ask God to forgive you for what you did. Matter of fact, you may need to drop the image, drop the fake, drop the ego, drop the pride, and fix what you did. The law may state who automatically is giving the winning hand, but at what point? Because although that law is here, there's another law here that says this is not tolerated. When is somebody finally going to stand up for the law itself? Again, Eight of Swords, double confirmation. You wanted somebody bound up, arrested, not heard, not seen. It's not going to happen. Double confirmation. It's coming to you. It's coming. All right, what's next? Two of Pentacles in reverse. This person's no longer even juggling on the actions. They know exactly the actions they're going to take to make sure this is exposed and goes public. All right, let's have some of our homemade cards here. Blue light special. Cops coming. Gold digger, male or female. Orphan. So we had someone here that was possibly orphaned by a parent. We have someone that is more concerned with their pentacles. And we have someone that is eventually going to be prosecuted for what they did. Hang on, guys. I had a lot of them hit the floor here. All right, so you cause someone mental anguish. That person's probably still being caused mental anguish because of your corrupt asses. You acted like high schoolers. Caused heartache. It's really sick when CPS and political figures do this. Look, see? That's why right there. You were more focused on your career than if children were abused. You're a piece of shit. You're a straight up piece of crap. All right, so let me get a little clarity here. I want to get clarity on this. Someone that felt orphaned by a family. Someone that caused mental anguish, heartache, acted like high schoolers. You did not do what was just. You were more worried about your money and your career. It is going to come to light. Law officials will have to get involved. All right, give us some clarification on the orphan, the heartache, the mental anguish caused. The Magician. You manifested this. Whatever position you stand in, this is what you manifested. You did not care. You are fake as hell. What you portray, how you're bringing about reform, how you're changing things, that's a lie. You stand behind a mask because you caused all of this to happen. Because you were more focused on your fucking career than you were if these children were actually abused. The Magician. A Lover in reverse. You knew what someone was trying to do. You knew someone wanted to walk away. You didn't care. Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Emperor. All of that came out in reverse. So this is a lover that's wanting to walk away. Possibly trying to manifest that. We have the Emperor in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody did some foul, corrupt shit. Do I curse? I surely do. But I bet you I'm a better person than you are. Because I'd have never done something like this to someone. Alright, moving on. Let's get clarity on the Lover in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. someone literally manifested this because of their judgment. 10 of coins. They were more worried about their career. 10 of coins. Did not care if they caused injury, if they caused flat lines. 7 of coins. This person was so career focused, they tried to sweep some crap under the carpet. They passed their own judgment. You don't sit high enough, baby. They passed their own judgment because they were more worried about making their own 10 of coins grow. You are going to be called out. You are going to be publicly called out. The world is going to see what you did. No matter how far I have to go to make sure you are called out and the world does see you. Because I'm going to stand my ground. And I'm going to keep standing it. Until the world knows what happened in your state, what you hid, and what you did. What you thought you got away with. It will come to light. A lot of people are going to have to answer for what they did. 7 of Pentacles. Someone's having to stand their ground because what you did you thought you got away with. And it had to do with somebody else's money. It's a corrupt system. It's a corrupt system. A lot of people trying to bring about reform, but they're focused on the wrong areas. You see, you wanted this person in jail. Look at that 8 of Swords. Didn't happen though, did it, baby? Didn't happen. Thought you was going to try to prove who somebody was. That's why you should never run with rumors, lies, and alibis, because somebody's going to get justice. All right, guys. And I hope and I pray that the people that get justice are these innocent children. Because what y'all did was corrupt. You tried to hide a lot. You tried to keep a lot from coming out. You're trying to cover up. These children are still being abused. And you're still covering for them. You're still covering it. So I ask again, at what point does the law stand up and be the law? Because although CPS may have reign over something, the law has a higher reign. But you're not stepping into your power and doing what's right. And if you think you're not going to be judged for it by the divine, go check out the picture of the cross. Because it's coming. God himself is pissed over what y'all have done to these children, how you've hid this. You didn't bring about reform. You brought about sweeping under the carpet. A lot of crappy people in higher up positions, all because they're more worried about their freaking pentacles. You don't care if children die. You don't care if children are abused. You never did. You were focused on this right here. And God himself is going to bring you down just for that. You lied. The position you stood in, you lied. All right, guys, that's what I have. Added G. A lot of people don't like it because I spew truth, baby. And I'm going to keep spewing that truth. My past does not matter. I have been, people have tried to portray me to be someone I am not. And the truth will come out. God will get justice for the innocent and the pure that you brought harm to. You let these children sit in that position. You covered it up, you hid it, and you still covet it. Instead of doing what was right, you was more worried about your career. You was more worried about your image. God's going to bring justice. The divine is going to bring justice. And you ain't going to be able to stop it. Added G. If you like the reading, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. If it resonates, take it. If not, leave it in the bin on the way out. There is a donation link on the bottom. You all know what I'm fighting for. I cannot tell you I'm not sickened by how many people that were more focused on careers than they were what these babies were having to go through. It's very demonic. All right, so that's what I have. I will be back later to do some readings. I just wanted to do this reading on CPS. It's all right here. Cards don't lie. You tried to hide a lot. You're still hiding it. You're still covering it up. Baby, it is going to come to light, and you will have to stand up and be accountable for the corrupt bullshit you did. Addie G, peace out.